What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another tutorial. Today we'll talk about Pickpocket Badge. In this video, we'll talk about how the badge works, how to utilize it, and some other details, like which badge works together with it. And before the end of the video, I'll give my recommendation on how much upgrades you need on your build, and we'll answer the question, is this badge broken? So without further ado, let's get into it. So let's start first with the badge description. Increases the chances of a steal and reduces the chances of a foul when attempting to strip the ball from a ball handler. Also improves the chances of successful layup strips. It's pretty much straightforward, so nothing much to explain there. Now let's jump to the next question. Is this badge broken? Because that's the most talked about thing about this badge. Many are complaining that they can't really feel the boost, like putting it to Hall of Fame or Gold doesn't really help them to get a steal. So in my opinion, it is not broken at all. I've been using it for a long time, and just these past few days, I removed it and I can feel the difference. You just need to be good in steals, or at least decent. And you should know the mechanics on the art of stealing for you to feel the boost. I think 2K did a good job, honestly. It's like they nerfed the badge, so only players that are good in steal are the only ones who can benefit from it. It brings balance to the game, so no players will just spam the steal button and get their steal. I think what happens is some players think that putting the badge alone will help them make the steals. That they can just spam the steal button, then off you go, but it's not, so they call it broken. And they compare it to the effectiveness of Interceptor badge, which is so easy to use, and it's really noticeable. Now, let me show you guys my tips on how to utilize this badge. If you're really not good in stealing, then you should watch this one. But if you think you're good enough, then still watch it. You might get a couple of tips. I'll show you first some types of steals. And those are layup strips, back strips, I call this one run over strips or help D strips, and the face-to-face strips. These are just my own terms. By the way, in this films, I'm equipping Gold Pickpocket and I only have 75 steal rating. Now let's start off with the back strips. So if the angle and the distance are like this, and you're in front of the hand with the ball, just go for it, especially if the ball handler is a big guy. Here's some other clips. So player in front of the ball, just go for it. Same as this place. Now for the next steal, the help defense steal. Be careful with this one though, because it's kinda risky. Just do it if you're confident that there's a big chance that you'll get the steal, or the player you left is not a shooter. So in this play, I just left my man, go straight to the ball handler, and steal the ball straight away. Same angle as the back strips, but this one will be in front. Now with this play, this coronavirus haired guy is not a shooter, so I don't care much if I leave him. And I have a help defender here, and his man is not a shooter as well, so I can just go straight to the ball handler and take the steal. This one is kinda the same play. So now for the next one, and the most interesting one, the one-on-one steal. With this one, the most important thing is to know when to hit that steal button. This one is kinda tricky though, because that steal animation can cause the defender to blow by you or for you to commit a foul. Now, to help us find that right timing, we use this tip here. So when you see that dashed circle, that's the best time to go for the steal, because the ball is really vulnerable at that very moment. So let's take Kobe. Let's try some basic dribble move. So for normal behind the back, that's the point where the ball is vulnerable. So for Hessies, it's going to be here. And for the popular Kobe size up, it's going to be here. That's for Shamgod. And this is for the Whoopty. So now you probably noticed that all of them, the vulnerable point is right at the start of the dribble animation. So your main goal now is to anticipate when will the ball handler will execute the next dribble move. So that's the tricky part. Your defensive IQ and your reflex will be put into test here. It looks odd though, because in real life, usually the vulnerable point is right somewhere at the peak of the dribble. But in 2K, that's not how it works. But it is what it is. I think this is one reason why some players can't get their steals. And to be honest, that indicator there helped me a lot. I'm not really a lockdown type of player, but I can get some decent steals. And by the way, if you're liking the video so far, please click that like button and comment any suggestion or some other thoughts about the topic. Or you can just comment Toot Squad. It's not too bad, right? Just to boost the rating of the channel. And of course, please subscribe to tune in for upcoming videos. So now let's check these clips out. So as you can see here, I anticipated that this guy was about to launch a new dribble move, so I just press the steal button straight away. It's a mix of skill and luck, to be honest. And here's another one. You see that animation there? He was about to cross to the other side, but I pressed the steal button right away, and it cancels the animation and poked the ball straight away. Here's another one. And here's another one. And for the last type of strip, the shot or the layup strip. So same mechanics with this one, you must press the steal button when you see him gather the ball up for the shot. So in this play, that's the gather up and that's the strip. Same as this one. This one, I waited for him to finish the spin, then I stripped the ball. And by the way, if these tips help you or not, please come back to the video and let me know what happens so I can give another advice. So that's all for the steals part. Now let's proceed to the badge part. What are the badges that work together with this one? Of course, Interceptor is a good badge as well. You both need them, but they don't really work together. It's a separate functionality. The one that really works together with this one is the Clamps badge. By burning the stamina of the ball handler with those type of contacts, and it gives access to that steal animation. Now, some of you guys might say lightning reflexes helps, but based on my testings and according to Mike Wang tweet, the only thing that lightning reflexes does is it gives you an earlier cue on that arrow on the read and react system. So if you want to watch that series of video, the links will be in the description. It's a must watch, to be honest. I explained everything there. Now for the last part, the badge recommendation. So if you're good in steals, having it on gold will be fine. It will be really helpful. With those clips, I'm using my Play Slash, which has 75 steal rating. I can get 2 to 3 pokes or steal in a game. Imagine if your steal rating is higher, so this one is really helpful. Then if you're not good in steals, and you just like randomly pressing steal button, then don't take the badge, to be honest. Even you have high badge upgrades, there are lots of other badges to choose from. Then if you're not good in steals, and you have low badge upgrades, as I said earlier, don't take it. Just focus on like the commonly used badge, which are Clamps, Intimidator, Interceptor, and Pick Dodger. The frequency of activation of these badges are really good. So in summary, just take the badge when you're good in stealing the ball. Just follow my tips to get better in stealing. And badge is not broken, you just need to know how to use it. And Clamps badge is the best badge to pair with it. So that's all for this video. If you like it, please click that like button to show support to the channel. And don't forget to drop by the channel for some other videos. And subscribe to tune in for upcoming ones. And as always, happy gaming guys.